So a few days ago, as you're watching this, Renault have talked about their sort of aims for Formula 1, and they came out and said they're expecting podiums in 2 to 3 years. And I'm just sort of reading this like, wow, that seems like that's so far away from where they were even last year. I thought 2015 they got a podium. They got a podium of Romain Grosjean, and now they're thinking they won't be getting podiums for another 2 or 3 years. Maldonado might be looking at that and thinking, okay, I might have just got myself out of a misery few years in Formula 1 if that's just how they're thinking about it. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for Magnussen if that's the case. I mean, if Magnussen's going into Formula 1, he's a really good driver, obviously, with a lot of drivers out there on the Formula 1 grid that rate him. But if he's going to a team that's not expecting to get podiums for like 2 or 3 years, he's going to be pretty disappointing there, considering just last season that pretty much that same team had scored a podium with Romain Grosjean. So even the Renault themselves are looking at this, I'm assuming, thinking they're going to be struggling to get points for a lot of 2016. 2017 will probably be when they're sort of regular point scorers by the look of it here, but Renault could be a team down there this year. I mean, obviously we're expecting, obviously, for the last couple of years that Enstone team, which has been Lotus over the last few years, performed quite well. It won in obviously 2012 and 2013. 2014 was a bit rubbish. 2015 was a lot more solid, obviously Maldonado being consistent and Grosjean being pretty amazing in that car considering where it was, and also grabbing that podium as well. But that same team is now not expecting to get a podium next season, or maybe the season afterwards. So I'm reading that. I'm pretty shocked. I don't know what you guys think about this, because, well, I honestly thought that Renault could be going into this season just getting, could be up there. They could be top 10 at least every race is what I was expecting. But yeah, I was sort of expecting them to get maybe a podium or two down the line. But if Renault themselves are saying this, I don't know. Maybe it's just sort of a they're them trying to make out that they're rubbish but they're actually good or something. I don't know whether Formula 1 teams actually do that, but it would kind of be funny if Renault already sort of saying that they're rubbish when they could turn up to the first race of the season and get a podium. I mean, it's really unlikely, obviously, but if you've got a works team in Formula 1, you expect a lot of money being put into that team. I mean, at the moment, obviously, we've only got before last season we only had 2 works teams really, obviously Ferrari and Mercedes. You could say that McLaren were a works team, obviously, because they were Honda engine just like solely for them, but I really only class Ferrari and Mercedes as the works team, and I think Renault should be really looking at podiums for this season. I mean, if I was their CEO or whatever, the person managing the team, I'd really be sort of expecting the guys in the factory to be pushing all out to try and get a podium. But I don't know, obviously I'd feel, if I was in that position, you would just want to try and motivate the whole team to try and get podiums and that sort of stuff. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that they should be setting slightly higher standards, considering they're coming in as a works outfit into Formula 1 with a good lineup? I mean, I still need to see Palmer race before I sort of say anything about him in Formula 1, that is. But Magnussen obviously is a very good driver and deserves to be in Formula 1. But yeah, they have a good lineup there. Pretty young, obviously, young lineup. Magnussen's 22, I think, and not Grosjean. Palmer, that's it. I get confused with all these Renault drivers who have been in that team in the last 4 months. But yeah, it's a pretty young lineup with Palmer being 24, I think, as well. So it should be pretty exciting. I mean, I've seen Palmer also say that he will be going for it in 2016, which would be nice to see. Refreshing to see a rookie maybe not be so careful, if you will. So a lot of rookies obviously come into Formula 1 and just sort of try and sit back and just try and finish the races. But if Palmer just goes all out for it, it should provide some exciting racing for us guys, which obviously watching on the TV. So yeah, I'm sort of, I'm a bit hesitant to say this will be an amazing season, but it could be better. Well, it should be better than 2015. 2015 was a pretty boring season, and it's going to be hard to be worse than it. So, yeah, 2016 in general is looking pretty decent. Obviously, the addition of an extra team, some new drivers coming in, some young drivers coming in. Obviously, Magnussen coming back is great for Formula 1 to see that just because you have a year out doesn't mean you're done in Formula 1. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this 2016 season has in store for us. But what do you guys think? Are Renault setting the standard a little bit too low for themselves, or do you think they realistically are going to be like lucky to get points in the first half of the season at least? So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Until next time, it's been Alex here. Goodbye.